Perfect. We are going to continue from our chapter 1, section 2. And I know we kind of did a question in class together, but just a reminder on this one that we did in class. It says E is between D and F, find DF. Okay, so DF is our whole length, and we are given that DF is 6x. Okay, so since E is in between D and F, all right, we said that DE plus EF equals DF, okay? And that was with that segment addition postulate, okay? So now we can plug in those values that we had. So DE was 3x minus 1, EF was 13, and then DF was 6x, okay? From there, we can substitute and solve for x there. So the first thing that we need to do is just simplify that negative 1 plus 13. So that gives us 3x plus 12 equals 6x. Then it already showed us that next step, we're going to subtract 3x from both sides, simplify, have 12 equals 3x. And then our final step, we're going to divide by 3 by both sides. So that's going to give us x equals 4. All right, but it does ask us to find df, so you got to make sure you plug in x into our value of 4 into x. So we're going to go ahead and plug in 4 for the value of x, and that is going to be 6 times 4. So we simplified and we got 24. All right, now we're going to move on to what was that next problem that we were working on, so number 14. Okay, so this is going to say point N is on line segment MO. So first of all, before I even read the rest, I'm just going to go ahead and draw that. So I have line segment MO, so I'm going to go ahead, write that down, and N is on line segment NO. So I'm just going to put that right in the middle there, and now I can go ahead and put my values. So it says MN is X, put that there. It says MO is 3x minus 6. So MO is going to be our whole value right here. So that's 3x minus 6. And then it says NO is x plus 1. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down as well. All right, now we have to solve for x. So with that segment adjunct postulate, we have to do MN plus NO equals MO. Okay, all right, so those two segments are going to equal the whole segment. So let's go ahead and plug in our values. So for MN, we have x. All right, and then for NO, we have x plus 1. So let's go ahead and write that down. And then that's all going to equal MO, and that value is 3x minus 6. So let's just solve for x from here. So we're going to go ahead and combine like terms. So if you see, we have two x's on the same side. So we're going to go ahead and add those together. So that's going to give us 2x plus 1 equals 3x minus 6. Now we can simplify and solve from here. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and add 6 to both sides. And when we add 6 to both sides, we can go ahead and subtract 2x from both sides as well. So when we add 1 plus 6, that is going to be 7. And that is going to equal 3x minus 2x, so 3 minus 2, that's going to be 1, so that just gives us x. So right here we have our x equals 7, or 7 equals x. But it asks us to find MO. Okay, so we have to find MO first. So MO is our value of 3x minus 6. So now we can plug in our x value into x. So we have 3 times 7 minus 6. So what's 3 times 7? That's going to be 21 minus 6. 21 minus 6 is 15. So MO equals 15. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and go to number 17. Okay, point R is on line segment QS. So again, before I read anything else, I'm going to go ahead and just draw this out. So I have QS, okay, that's my line segment, and point R is on that line segment. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. And now I can plug in my values. So it says QS, that's going to be our whole value. That's going to be 5x minus 2. It says QR is 3x minus 6. It says RS is 4x minus 2. So go ahead and get all that written down because this is a lot more information than the previous problem. So when you are done with that, we will go ahead and do the segment addition postulate. So what that is our whole value, so QS, is going to equal the two segments added together. So we have our QR plus RS equals QS. All right, and now that we have that, we can go ahead and plug in our values. So QR is 3x minus 6 plus RS, which is 4x minus 2, and that's going to equal QS, and that is going to be 5x minus 2. Okay, so there's a lot more information. We got to combine our like terms first. So on the left side here, okay, we have two common x's. So we're going to go ahead and add our 3x plus our 4x. So that's going to give us 7x. All right, so we added those together, and that leaves us with negative 6 and negative 2. So that's going to be negative 6 minus 2. So what negative 6 minus 2 is that's going to be negative 8. Okay, so that leaves us with 7x minus 8. And then on the right side, we have 5x minus 2. All right, now let's solve from here. Let's go ahead and add our 8 to the other side. And while we do that, we can subtract our 5x to the left side. So that leaves us with 2x equals 6. Divide by 2 on both sides, and we have x equals 3. All right, is that what it asks us to find? No, it asks us to find RS. Okay, so we got to plug our value of 3 into RS. So RS equals 4x minus 2. We go ahead and plug in our 3. So that gives us 4 times 3 minus 2. 4 times 3 is going to be 12 minus 2. All right, and then our answer, 12 minus 2, is going to be 10. So RS equals 10. All right. Now I know this video is quick, but go ahead, open up your Delta Math and work on last class assignment and today's assignment. And just don't forget, if you are stuck, you have those watch help videos and those show examples.